Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Kolim La, Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle of Ellsbury Millstone, presentation, hopeful elect, Shalom. And the title of this video is going to be In My Father's House of Many Mansions. I'm going to go into some precepts, but I want to get into some articles showing you that how this is pretty much the Most High's works, and it really can't be measured either, or all of it can't be discovered. So this is the blessing of Jacob, and Jacob represents the Israelites, which are the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, and this is the blessing that was promised to Jacob. So let's get into the article. It says, how many galaxies are there in the universe? Do astronomers know how many galaxies exist? How many can we see in the observable universe? It says February 10th, 2023 at 9 a.m. by Alistair Gunn. How many galaxies are there in the universe? And is this even something that we can calculate? And the answer will be no. But let's get into the article. It says, simplistically, the number of galaxies in the universe will be the size of the universe times the average number. Okay. So it says, yeah, in practice, it is difficult to estimate these two numbers accurately. The total size of the universe is unknown. Recent research suggests it may be infinite, implying that there could be an infinite number of galaxies. And it says, however, there is a limit beyond which we cannot see, because light from beyond has not had time to reach Earth since the Big Bang. And we all know through the spirit Big Bang is, Esau's bugged out theory of how the Earth was created, because scriptures say that the Most High is not in all his thoughts. So sometimes science proves existence of the Most High, and sometimes there's science that tries to prove that the Most High doesn't exist. And this is Esau being a fool, thinking that he's smarter than the Most High. And it says, the James Webb Space Telescope found the oldest galaxies ever seen. Glass Z13, 13.4 billion light years away. And when it says like all those light years away, that means that even if you was to travel the speed of light, that's how long it will take for you to get there. It says it is estimated that the observable universe is a sphere with a diameter of about 92 billion light years and a volume of about 410 non-million, in parentheses 410,000 billion cubic light years. Estimating the number density of galaxies presents its own problems. It's not possible to simply count all the galaxies in the sky. It will take too long. And it's stupid that they try to even put, numbers upon the Most High's works, trying to say the estimate, because that's what Esau tries to do. He's trying to discover the Most High's works. You can't. It said it's not possible to simply count all the galaxies in the sky. How much more the planets? Because there's tons of planets in the galaxy. And I'm going off saying that because you can't really put a number to how many planets are in a galaxy. So how much more, the planets in the galaxy if you can't even count the galaxies? Because the galaxies are way bigger than the planets. And it says, besides, even the best telescopes would miss galaxies that are too faint, too small, or too close to other galaxies, as well as ones which are obscured by intervening material or do not emit light detectable by the telescope. This technique will, however, give you a lower limit to the number of galaxies. One such estimate says that there are between 100 and 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe. Other astronomers have tried to estimate the number of missed galaxies in previous studies and come up with a total number of 2 trillion galaxies in the universe. However, based on recent measurements of the darkness of the night sky, this may be an overestimate. And the thing is, they should know that there's no way to overestimate the Most High's works, because you're underestimating his works. His works are infinite. And this is an Edomite, Alistair Gunn. Shows this picture right here. And it says how many galaxies are in the universe. The number of galaxies in the universe is unknown, but it is thought to be somewhere between hundreds of billions and 2 trillion. So that's what I wanted to get out on that. And it says in this article, there are over 700 quintillion planets in the universe, but there's no place like home. And quintillion is a number that's above trillion and quadrillion. But this is by Tibu Pugh. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it says in May 15, 2023, the current consensus among astronomers is that there should be at least as many planets as there are stars. There are 100 billion galaxies in the universe, which contain about 8 billion trillion stars. With such a stupendous amount of exoplanets, many other Earth-like worlds should be bound to exist, maybe. How many planets are there really in the universe? Eric Zachrisson, an astrophysicist at Uppsala University in Sweden, crunched the numbers on a computer model that simulated the evolution of the universe since the Big Bang. He found that given our current understanding of the universe and the laws of physics, there should be 7 times 10 to the 20th power planets in the universe. That's 7 followed by 20 zeros, or 70 quintillion. With such an abundance of exoplanets, you'd think that the odds of finding a second Earth among them are good. Zachrisson, however, found that a planet such as ours may actually be incredibly rare. Most of the planets generated by the researchers' model are extremely different from Earth. They're generally larger, older, and quite unlikely to support life due to their orbit around their parent stars. Shut the fuck up. Scientists classify an exoplanet, which is any planet outside our solar system, as potentially habitable if it happens to orbit in the so-called habitable zone of a star, also known as the Goldilocks region. In this orbit, the surface temperature is just right, allowing liquid water to flow. As of May 1st, 2023, scientists have confirmed 5,366 exoplanets, but only around 63 of them orbit in the habitable zone of their parent stars. Let me see. That's pretty much it on that. And this is how long it will take for these astronomers to travel to the next galaxy that's closest to us, to our galaxy. Well, it says travel time to get to the closest galaxy to ours, the Canis Major Dwarf, at Voyager speed. It will take approximately 749 million years to travel the distance of 25,000 light years. If we could travel at the speed of light, it will still take 25,000 years. You see? And that's pretty much how it shows you that no matter what Esau, he has the technology, to see that the blessing of Jacob is pretty much infinite. See, this is the reason why they can't be satisfied with whatever they have, because the Most High already designed their spirit to be like that. That's why they're doing whatever they're doing to the world. This is why they have the world the way it is, and they have our people in such a messed up condition, to where they like seeing our people in that situation, because they know no matter what, they think they could try to fight for their birthright back, but it's not gonna work. So that's the reason why they're doing whatever they're doing now. And let's see, it says this fastest spacecraft in existence helps to unravel the mystery of fast solar winds. And June 13, 2023. Mika Hanks. This is the most recent. Okay, so it says NASA reported this week that it flew the fastest spacecraft in existence so close to the sun that it detected the intricate structure of fast solar winds originating near its surface. And they can't pass the ozone layer. So with their technology and their whole, like, spacecraft devices, they can't really go as far as passing the ozone layer. So when they talk about this whole thing of going to other planets, that's just that's their fantasy, basically, wanting to travel to even go into the moon. They can't even do that. I just want to put that out there. So sometimes NASA does make certain lies like that. And it says traveling at speeds of 0.064% the speed of light, the Parker Solar Probe is the fastest man-made object ever built and put into space. Since 2018, Parker has been making observations of the sun's outer corona, and in 2025 will make its nearest approach at distances less than 9.86 solar radii from the sun's center. In advance, fucking ads. In advance of its near approach in 2025, this week, the American Space Agency reported that its solar probe flew close enough to the sun, and quote, to detect the fine structure of the solar wind close to where it is generated at the sun's surface, allowing it to detect elements that are generally lost by time. These fast solar winds became a burst of charged particles once they exit the corona. Let me see. So yeah, that's what I want to get on that. So that's all the evidence that I have in terms of articles showing that, these Edomites, they can't really discover the works of the Heavenly Father. And not only that, like, the Father's in the Most High's house is many mansions. So with that, I'll bring out some scripture, Lord willing, make this lesson edifying. So it says, John 14 verse 2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Exactly. Because you best believe that new heaven and that new earth is pretty much going to be the kingdom of the Most High. And that's going to be for the nation of our people, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, starting with the elect. Because Yahweh Shai and his elect, they're going to get first dibs on the kingdom, And it's basically Yahweh Shai's kingdom. And what the elect is going to do is they're going to share a portion of that kingdom for the works that they've done. And Lord willing, if I'm part of that number, that would be, a beautiful thing, And you see, when it's coming to these stupid, wacky-tacky Christians, when they hear that their father and my Father's house are many mansions, they would think that it's talking about golden mansions only, that it's not talking about other planets. They're very dumb. Everything they go by is their stupid ass pastor. They swear on their pastors. Whatever the white man got these stupid ass dumb Christians believing, that's what they want to believe. That's the reason why, like, Christianity is just a fucking crack cocaine ideology, crack cocaine belief. It ain't got nothing on its truth. And these Christians, they can't think outside the box and they can't think bigger. But when it's coming to the Most High, his works are infinite, and let's see what, the mansions, like, from the scriptures, let's see what it's talking about. So it says right here in Isaiah 66 verse 1, Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye built unto me, and where is the place of my rest? Exactly. And let's get into that term heaven, because there's different, levels of heaven. So heavens, they have a visible skies, and as the abode of stars, talking about the solar system, right? As the visible universe, the sky, atmosphere, and it mentions heaven as the abode of Yahweh. So talking about the spirit realm as well, So that really shows you right there that the Most High considered heaven as his throne. And the solar system itself is always increasing. And amongst the solar system, there's a spirit realm too. And that's also, increasing as well. They said the universe and the solar system is always growing. Esau can't put into numbers on how much, given from the article's information, they can't count how many galaxies there are. Because they're always finding new galaxies, like every year. They're always discovering something new. More new planets, more new galaxies. And they know they're not going to get a portion of that blessing. So Esau having all these research teams, these, people that try to explore the earth, that try to explore the solar system and these other galaxies and these other planets, like, I'm telling you, you're going to have to continue to hire more people, getting more new recruits on your team. I feel like nobody should be unemployed. They should employ people that don't even have a job, that especially that went to college and stuff like that, since that's the people that they're looking to hire for NASA. And try to have them to try to search out the Most High's works, because it's pointless. That's not going to be a thing that you Edomites could do with your whole advanced artificial intelligence technology. You cannot explore all of the Most High's works. And on a bigger level, the Most High is the one that gave you Edomites that technology. Just like how he gave pretty much the other heathen nations when they had their kingdoms and they were ruling. He gave them the power at one point. And he threw them down. And this time you Edomites, I'll have to go down too. Because the Most High, even though he allowed you to rule for a little season, he's not on your side to be ruling forever. Once our kingdom comes to pass, once we get the power, we're going to rule for eternity. So, yeah, pretty much, that shows you right there, that's the abode of the Most High. The heaven. And I'm going to bring out another precept that goes along with this. And it says in 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 27, but will Yahweh indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens, like I mentioned, the Lord calls this earth as his footstool, and they consider the skies as heavens. And another term, another like definition for heaven is also not only the skies but the solar system, and then the spirit realm as well. So it's telling you right there, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee, how much less this house that I have built. Yeah. And he told Solomon the same thing at Acts the 7th chapter, around verse 48 or so. He said that heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. So that right there already shows you that, the Most High, his abode is infinite, because if it cannot contain the Most High, it pretty much shows you that it's always growing. And on top of it as well, it really shows you that he doesn't dwell in no damn Christian church. These temples that these people claim that that's a house of God, you know. And you tell the average Christian the scriptures, they don't give a damn about hearing this. And it says in 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 59, he spreadeth out the heavens like a vault, upon the waters hath he founded it. Yeah, because the firmaments, like the ozone layers, is, you know, it's pretty much like a has elements in it like water. So, and it shows you right there, like the heavens like a vault. Pretty much, when it spreads out, scripture says that, like, how you know, for it to spread out, it goes along with Psalms, I believe it was around the 100th chapter, talking about how he spreadeth the heavens like a curtain. So 104th, Psalms 104th chapter verse 2 says, who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain. You know, showing you that there's no limit to the size of, you know, the heavens, the size of the solar system. And it says in 2 Ezra chapter 8 verse 20, O Lord, thou that dwellest in the everlastingness, which beholdest from above things in the heaven and in the air, whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the hosts of angels stand with trembling. Yep. And that right there shows you that his throne is inestimable. And we already went through the precepts where his throne is, you know, his abode. Heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. You know? So it shows you right there that the kingdom of heaven is pretty much like infinite, you know? And there's another precept I want to go along with, showing how the promise that he made if he was to search out all his works. So it says in Jeremiah 31 verse 37, it says, thus saith the Lord, if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith the Lord. And why would the Lord cast away his people? He wouldn't do that. You know? So it mentions about the heavens, talking about the solar system. And we all know damn well that Esau cannot even see the spirit world. You can't even search that out. And scriptures say what? That no man shall see me and live. That's what the Most High said. I believe it was in the book of Exodus. So that shows you that power right there. If you was to discover the glory of the Most High and his angels, or just even seeing an angel of the Lord, like, you would, by its like true form, you would die as a man. It's like Esau, he wants to have his technology to see all those things. He wants to discover the Most High and everything that Most High made. Even with, and that shows you right there, verse 37, like, shows you even with spiritual power, we still want to be able to search out all the Most High's works. We'll have to live out a whole eternity just to see what the Most High is continuously preparing for us. You know, we're always going to find new things. We're always going to have an abundance. There's never going to be a time where we're going to be broke or poor. From Yahweh Shai to the 1/3, which is the whole elect, and even to the 2/3, they're going to always receive blessings no matter what. I mean, there's going to be a level to how the blessings will be, you know, different, of course. Like, everyone's blessings is going to be on a different level. Like, the elect is going to have way more in abundance than the 2/3, and whatever they 2/3 get is going to be passed down to them, and the 2/3 will do a smaller portion compared to what the elect is going to do. So yeah, So the Most High is definitely gonna have like a difference, you know, amongst his people on who gets to, you know, have certain blessings, but nonetheless, he's still gonna bless his people regardless, you know, and we're still gonna be in abundance. On this side in earth, like you see in this kingdom that Esau's ruling, you know, you hear of like people being 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, like millionaires and then billionaires, you know, and then these Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they're considered to be like trillionaires. Hey man, when it's coming to the kingdom of heaven, like, it's gonna be on a whole nother level. You know, we're not gonna be in fleshly bodies. We're not gonna be in these corruptible mortal bodies that you can only travel at a certain speed for your body to maintain. Like, nah, we're gonna be in these fourth dimensional bodies, and it's gonna be incorruptible, and you're gonna be able to survive the elements on other planets, because there's gonna be some planets that have, let's say, it's gonna be on a whole nother level to where you have to be extraterrestrial in order to survive. You know, the atmosphere, the gravity level, things of that nature. And Esau talks about it in his science in NASA, that how there's certain planets that humans will need to have like a space apparatus, like a spacesuit, just to be able to survive the gravity level and the whole atmosphere, to be able to survive the elements on that planet. We're not going to need that, you know. And they show you that sometimes in the science fiction movies, if they were to go to other planets, that they will have to use those things on a normal, you know, person, like a mortal being, you know. And Esau can't even discover like the earth itself. They have the land that's over 65% unexplored. There's statistics about that, and the ocean is over, they say, some sources say 70 or 80% unexplored, or 90% unexplored. So that shows you right there that if you can't even search out the earth, you can't even search out the Amazon rainforest, what you think about the solar system, if it's way more out there in the universe and in other galaxies? What makes you think you could search out all the Most High's works if you can't even search out what's on earth? You know, and their technology itself can't even go to other regions on the earth, because the atmosphere on different parts of the earth, like, they wouldn't be able to handle the atmosphere of going deep down the ocean. They're talking about the Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. That's a damn lie. There's, you know, even deeper than this, depths of the ocean that's even deeper than that. You know? And when it's coming to like the animals on earth, they always find a new species, new creatures. You know, they always finding like that there's new basically organisms, new elements they find on earth, and they, you know, they're always finding something new on this earth. How much more on these other planets that the Most High has created for his people? And that's another reason why flesh and blood can't really inherit the kingdom, because these planets are going to be on a whole nother level, and you're going to have to be in a spiritual body to be able to handle being on other planets, for you to even travel to other planets. Because Esau talking about going to other planets on light speed, that it will take you, what, like thousands to 10,000s of years, you know, some even 100,000 of years, because they talking about Some planets are 1,000 light years away, 100,000 light years away. So that's talking about the speed of light. It will take you that amount of time to get there. So, and we all know humans live up to like what, 80 years, and they die. And if they've been in America eating all this fucking processed food in America, not having a healthy ass diet, they definitely gonna live shorter than that. Probably up to like 70 years, you know, or if not, probably like 60 and some change. So, and even when they go into discovering, like going to Mars, they say it takes about like what, like with this spacecraft, it may take about like 9 months or so to even travel there. See, in the kingdom of heaven, like the type of chariots that we gonna have, the vehicles that we gonna have, the spacecrafts, it's gonna be those chariots, those so-called UFOs, to travel to these other planets. And even even then, it's like we're gonna have spiritual power to where we don't even have to use a chariot to travel there. We're just gonna use it like it's whatever, you know. We could fly there, we could teleport there, we could travel faster than the speed of light and everything, you know. So that's the blessing of the Most High, man. Like seeing that how much of an abundance the nation of our people's gonna get. You got Rothschilds and Rockefellers that, and these other 13 Illuminati family members that rule the world. The 13 family bloodlines that rule the world. Like, yeah, they have all this land, all these palaces, all these mansions. That ain't nothing compared to what the nation of Israel is gonna have. A palace is gonna be a playground to us in the kingdom of heaven. A mansion is gonna be like a playhouse. So like Hugh Hefner had a Playboy mansion. Shit, we gonna have thousands of that. Shit, like millions. And the thing is that you can't put a number on what we gonna have, because in the kingdom we're always gonna keep getting. We're always gonna keep receiving. I'm gonna bring out a scripture that mentions that. In Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 2, it says, "And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God." And in Jeremiah 31, it talks about that new covenant as well. I didn't bring that out, but it was up there, talking about how the Lord will give us that new covenant where he gives us those spiritual bodies, that we're going to keep all the law, statutes, commandments. And that's the blessings that will overtake us. You know, we're going to return to that godly state, because in the Garden of Eden with the Adamites, which were pretty much, it was like the Israelites back then, because they were a chosen seed. They were, you know, they had spiritual power, you know, and that's the same thing that we're gonna have back again. But it's gonna be on a greater scale, because at this time we're not gonna be able to sin no more, you know. And the blessings will overtake us, because in a fleshly body, like, imagine you getting all those blessings. It's like, shit, you might even just pass out seeing those blessings, you know. People faint and they pretty much collapse on the floor because they earn $1 million, or they won certain prizes on the game show. Like, you see certain game shows, people winning $100,000 or maybe $1 million or so. People win the lottery. They look like they don't know how to contain their spirit. How much more with the Most High giving us the kingdom of heaven in the fleshly body? Like, seeing all the glory and the majesty, like, that will make you die out of joy. So the Lord says, like, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, you know, of Yahweh. And that's true. And this is the new heaven and new earth that a lot of us, our brothers and his troops, is looking forward to. You know, a new rulership, a new domain. Because what we have right now, this ain't a domain. This ain't really our home. It belongs to Esau. It's supposed to be ours, but because of the curses, of course, and because of prophecy, it belongs to Esau for a moment. You know, Esau had the fatness of the earth, and that's just a small blessing. And like when I was going to the different compositions of meat, when I was going to one of the other videos talking about it, like, you know, you got the fatness of meat, you know, and then you got the lean part of it, you got the proteins, you got the waters of the meat. Like, yeah, you see what the thing is that what the Most High, what he gonna do with us in the kingdom, he's gonna give us like everything that Esau has on this side is gonna be translated to us. The only thing is that America's gonna be destroyed off the map, and then we're gonna have infinity after that. So we're gonna have all these planets, galaxies to our name. We're gonna have slaves. Shit, Esau talking about putting us in slavery, like having us go into different countries, you know, different continents or different states. We're gonna trade you amongst the galaxies. We're gonna trade you amongst different planets. We're gonna do an intergalactic slave trade, you know, a slave trade that is universal. But with that, that's all I want to bring out on that, and hope it made lesson edifying. Let's give all glory, praise, and honor to Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak, Yahweh Bashem Kakadash, double honor to the Apostle Ezra Millstone, peace, I teach, hope for elect, Yahweh Shem Shabbat, Bakashash, Shalak Wayam, Arawang, Wakoyam, Wa, Ababa Ball, Shalom.